What's going on, everybody? Back to Simple Smokes with Gabe and
Deit, what's up, everybody?
yeah, kind of miss you guys. We have been a little bit lazy, I gotta admit, but we're back at it. It's a beautiful day out here, so we definitely want to take advantage of
Beautiful.
it. D is in a mode, getting his area ready. I see the incense stick out. We got some refreshments. D, you getting ready? Getting ready to get your ambiance ready for the
Oh yeah.
celebration?
Well, springtime's coming, so yeah, I want to try to get things set up. It's going to be a great spring, great summer, so I'm excited about that. I'm excited about the weather change, and I'm ready to get started. It's going to be the best summer ever.
All right, Duffy. Um, One thing that that we were able to do yesterday, as far as last night, it was kind of raining and kind of dreary, but we made the best of it. Had a good friend of ours. It was his birthday. We definitely wanted to go celebrate with us, and he is definitely someone I would say is a cigar connoisseur. We gotta give him.
Mm-hmm.
He's our circle icon when it comes to cigars. So we definitely want to go out. It was a cigar lounge, kind of upscale cigar lounge in Philly. Anything you want talk about it as far as how it was last night as he's getting his ambiance ready?
Yeah, the very upscale place. Very good selection of cigars there. Um, the like you said, the ambiance was very nice. We had a great time. We had a great time, and our friend Marshall, whose birthday it
Mm-hmm.
was, he
Shout
he had
out.
a he had a I believe he had a very good time. We fellowshipped. Every time I'm with Marshall, he has a wealth of knowledge about cigars, so I
Absolutely.
pick up on a lot of things, and just a great time. Just a
No,
great
good
time.
stuff. Yeah, I know that you stopped, you got some selections. I got some selections too. So we're probably gonna be trying, I guess, one of the ones that we wouldn't typically be one that we would buy, but since we were out,
Yeah.
we wanted to experience the outing and select something that we typically wouldn't get. So what are you going to be smoking today?
Well, I picked up a Rocky Patel white label.
Mm.
Uh, It says here it's aged 10 years.
Oh wow,
Looks like a Connecticut wrapper. Looks very well made. Um, Feels pretty good. Feels nice and moist. Got a little bounce to it. So I know it's been well preserved. So so yeah, I can't wait to light this up. This looks like it's going to be pretty good. But this is something I've never had before.
all right.
But it was recommended to me by another friend of mine who's out with us. So shout out to Vince, and we'll see what happens.
Vinny the Blade. Um, I'm going to try actually a cigar I didn't purchase there, but it was one that we actually had a little bit of conversation about.
Mm-hmm.
It was one that we actually went to another cigar. I guess it was a bar and have a cigar area. It is a CAO Amazon Basin.
Ah,
Um, the conversation was kind of interesting. Like I said, I'm the novice, and the way the gentleman advised me, he says, "Hey, these are hard to get. When you can get them, they don't certain stores don't allow you to purchase more than two or three."
going to get a can opener. Be right back.
Actually, I was looking at that, and I was like, "Yeah, I didn't want to do a blooper."
Keep going.
But anyway, there was a lot of the way he was talking is very rare to get. And when you get it, sometimes they're restricted on how many that they sell you. And I'll be honest, some of it I just took in as it's just cigar talk, and he's just talking about this particular cigar. But it did get my interest. I did go online. I looked it up on CAO, their website, and they actually, which is pretty neat. As soon as I put Amazon Basin, they told me areas in the air, where I live at, where they sell it. So I ended up going to one location. Nice gentleman. So when I got it, I said, "Hey, you got CAO Amazon Basin?" He was like, "Oh, well, let me talk to my manager." When I talk to the manager, manager comes out. He said, "Yeah, I got it." I said, "All right." But he stopped and said, "Well, I can sell you one." So I was like, "Are you selling me one because that's all you have, or are you selling me one for some other reason?" And he basically said he had 10, but they're so difficult to find. He needed to make sure he had some for his other customers.
Mm-hmm.
So that kind of gave me more intrigue about it. So I would say I'm kind of excited about it. But one thing that I was talking to some friends, and I don't know if it's happened to you, Deet, is
Mm-hmm.
when someone talks about a cigar so much, you almost kind of get
Yeah.
over excited about it, where it may not be, like my expectations right now are pretty high.
Right.
So
Right.
that's something that I don't know if you guys have gone through with certain cigars, and if you have, let us know those cigars and what's backstory had that got you, to that point. Because this is my backstory. My
Hmm.
backstory is you were there. The guy at the bar was very hyping it up, talking
Yeah.
about the history of it and the rainforest and the way
Yeah.
where it's grown and the
Yeah.
leaves. And we even talked about it last night too, where um, Marshall kind of co-signed a lot of the stuff that that the gentleman was saying, which kind of has me more intrigued on smoking it.
Yeah.
So I'm excited. So I'll be
Yeah.
smoking again.
Don't,
It's the
don't get too
CAO
excited because
Amazon. Yeah, don't.
you're setting yourself up for a potential letdown.
I know,
I'm not saying
I
it's not
know.
going to be
No, but it
good,
happens.
but yeah.
I know
So
it and,
don't.
and it is funny because has it ever happened to you where someone said this is the best cigar in the world and you're gonna.
Yeah, yeah. As a matter of fact, like I said in earlier episodes, that's why I kind of like don't like to get into reviewing cigars and giving and rating cigars because it's subjective a lot of times. So sometimes somebody will say, "Oh, this is the best I ever had," and you got it out in your mind, and then once you get a hold of it and you finally get a chance to try it, it's built up so much in your mind that it's almost going to be too good to be true. It's not going to be as good as you thought it's going to be because you built it up so much. So I try to not to get it. I try to get away from that, but at the same time, I do listen to suggestions where people
Mm-hmm.
make suggestions, and then I just take it from there.
Absolutely. So I think you ready to light it up?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's
All
do it.
right. What are you go? Are you gonna be punching, cutting? What you doing? What you doing? What's the
I think with something, I'm not sure what the ring gauge is on this, but something this wide, I like to punch cut it,
All
you
right,
know,
cool.
because it's kind of ensures that you're going to get a good draw. So that's what I'm going with.
Yeah.
Yep.
Anything off the smell? Anything from it?
Oh, like I said, I know it's a mild cigar. It looks mild, and I think my friend who told me who suggested it to me, he told me it was mild. So I'm expecting a mild smoke. But other than that, off the smell, not getting too much off the smell. After I cut it, I'll give it a cold draw, but not getting too much off
Really?
the initial smell. Actually,
Got it.
not much at all. I mean, usually I do, but actually, no, I'm not getting much at all.
I will say with this one, it's very. I get that earthy smell very
Mm,
quickly. So
mm,
I don't know if that has to do with the whole rainforest and the soil and everything that it's from, but I
right.
definitely got that. So I'm definitely getting my game up when it comes to the smell. Either that or this is very just a strong earthy smell. And I'll probably do the puncher as well. I usually do the puncher, and with my gadget lighter I have here, I do, and I almost lost it the other day. And I'm telling you, once you got like a go-to
Mm,
lighter, I mean, you almost don't even want to walk. You want to tear up the house looking for it,
yeah,
before you go out. But I definitely like this one because it has that pin. And I just kind of put it in there that just ensures that I get a good draw from it.
yeah. I gotta try that.
Yeah.
Mm. Yeah, I'm not getting a lot off the dry pull, and yeah, not getting a lot off of that either. So I guess I'm gonna
Really?
have to really light it up to really see what's going on.
Well, I'm not getting anything either, but I don't know if it's because I'm a novice. So I'm ready to light it up.
Mm. I think Meadow wants to light up too.
Yeah, we got a special guest sometimes. Meadow comes in, so you probably hear her, see her. She's definitely part of the family of the SimpleSmokes family. Hmm. And something else that I keep saying on our previous episodes is when I see the dark wrapper, I do get that little intimidated. And one thing I did learn last night is it's kind of, I guess it's a clue, but you can't hang your hat on it. Because I smoked a cigar yesterday it was a dark wrap. That even you said that, and I was like, nah, it's pretty mild.
Mm.
So
Well, it's not a hard and fast
yeah.
100% rule,
Hmm.
but most times
It's a
a
kind.
darker wrapper is a more robust cigar.
Yeah. And what's kind of neat about this particular cigar that I found interesting is it doesn't have a label. It just has, I guess, it's a wrap around it with the vine, what kind of makes it stand out.
Mm.
Which kind of got just the optical interest it got, with me. So
Well, now that
so far,
you lighten it, what are you getting?
um, I get a fullness from it. I know.
Mm.
I mean, I just lit it right now, so I can't. I'm still kind of analyzing everything, but it's it's good. It's definitely not like overpowering.
Right,
So
right.
I deal. I do. I still taste now that earthiness to it.
Got you.
But it's like a richness to it.
Right, right. With this one, I look at this cigar as being a beginner's cigar.
Really,
Actually, the reason why I say that is because uh, I'm not getting a lot of spice. I'm not getting pepper, or I'm not getting a lot of the things I usually get uh, from the cigars that I smoke. But it's definitely mild. Mm. And I got some nuttiness going on. Got almost like I want to say cashews or maybe even some sunflower seeds.
really. See
Yeah,
that's why I say
yeah, yeah,
you up there, brother. You up there.
yeah. Getting that, uh, but it's not overpowering me with flavors that are just smacking me in the face. But I'm a nice mild smoke.
Yeah, I mean this one's just seems rich. Like I can't, like I said, my palate isn't to the point where I would be able to tell. Like
Mm,
we talked about last night, the pepper, the salt.
yeah,
I think someone mentioned the dark pepper. They were able to taste the difference between the white pepper and the dark pepper.
yeah.
That
I'm
was
definitely not at that level.
yeah.
Yeah, pepper's kind of pepper to me.
Hmm.
Uh, I wouldn't be able to distinguish between white pepper or black pepper, but uh, you know, to each his own. I am now starting to get, I want to say leather, but even more specific than leather, I think I'm getting like suede.
Really.
Yeah, I'm getting like suede, like when when excuse me, when leather is wet or more, I'm getting that. I'm getting that. If that makes any sense, like when leather's a little wet, you get that smell. I'm getting that taste also.
And something else that we talked about actually last night that kind of touches upon it because one of the gentlemen there was like, how do you like when you say you taste the leather or you get the leather from it? Is it like chewing the leather or what type? And and I think you mentioned it where it could be the smell, it could be something that kind of draws you to. Like we're not
Yeah.
saying that Deet has been chewing on suede so he knows what it tastes like,
Well,
but just well, I don't know,
done
I don't know.
a lot of crazy things in my life.
But anyway, but I guess it could be, like we even talked about it as, you might have a leather jacket or just that smell you got from it or just that
Well,
sensation or
one of the things I notice is that everyone has senses, and it's your senses are what you pick up on with from the cigar. That's why I enjoy cigar smoking so much. Um, I pick up leather from an experience. I can't really tell you exactly what the experience was, but I know I taste leather not because I never tasted leather, but it's reminding me of an experience from the past or
mhm,
something I smelled back in the day or an old jacket I might have had or something like that. So that's really what I'm talking about when I say I taste suede or I taste leather. Uh, it somehow gets into your senses and it brings you back to an earlier time
absolutely.
or to
I
the
think that
past.
that was something that kind of hit home when, we talked about, obviously in general, or, people tend to smoke in groups, smoke with your friends, things of that nature.
Right.
But some of our best enjoyments of cigars are pretty much when you're by yourself.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
and every
That's when it all goes down. That's when it all comes together. when you got your music out here, you got your smell, you got your own aromatherapy, you got everything working, you got your food on the grill, you're smoking some brisket or maybe some chicken. You know, that's my Zen mode. That's where I am. I get into who I am, and it all goes down from there. So that's what it's all about.
No, absolutely.
Mm,
I kind of want to give a little quick shout out to something that was talked about,
mm,
changing topics just for a tad, only because it worked. Uh, as you could see earlier when I was trying to light it, because I couldn't see it, the light. I didn't know if it was burning or not.
mm-hmm.
So I noticed when it was initially burning, it was like a little bit off. So my expectation was that it was going to burn off. And something that Brother Marshall said was, when that happens, remember when it was happening to your cigar, and he was like, well, if you turn it, that'll
Mm,
fix it.
yeah, yeah.
And I got to tell you, I kept it to myself as we were talking, and I turned it, and I'm just amazed because it
Wow.
evened it out.
Yeah, yeah. There you go.
So, shout
There
out
you go.
to Marshall with his expertise, because
Yeah.
I kind of indirectly tested it, and it
Well,
did work.
that's why our fellowships are so important. Like I said, it's good to be out here by yourself. It's awesome to be out here by yourself and just like you
Mm-hmm.
said, get into your zone. But it's also good to fellowship the way we did last night. It's
Oh,
good to be
definitely.
always be good to be out with friends, friends that we're friends beyond cigars, but we're also friends because we all have a shared interest in cigars as well. So it's good because you pick up some things, and that is not to say that everything somebody says you have to do whatever they say, or you have to just take everything they say and apply it to your experience. But you take what you want, you
Mm-hmm.
know, and you apply it if you want, and if you don't have to, you don't have to. And then you share your experiences, and maybe somebody will take what one of your experiences and they'll add it to their repertoire, if you will.
Yeah.
So so yeah, that's what makes the fellowship so much fun.
No,
That's what makes
absolutely.
yeah.
you know and
Mm,
and just like what happened last night, there were certain things that were said, so you might be home, you're like, well, let me see, so and so said that, let me see if it works, or so and so, let me see
right,
if it works for
right,
me.
right.
In this particular case, this was something that, guess what, now I know, and every time it happens, rather than me go ahead, because usually what I would do is, when I feel as though it's not burning right,
Mm-hmm.
I end up taking a lighter,
Right,
and I kind of overburn the other half,
right.
just to try to even it out. And the more I think about it, I'm actually losing some of the cigar doing that, because I'm you
Well,
know
you know what my kind of I don't get too hung up on it. Like if you look at
mhm.
my ash, it's
No, it
not
looked pretty
perfect.
good. Well, it looked pretty
Yeah,
good.
it's not perfect, but
Yeah.
it's okay. But I don't get like I don't panic
Mm,
if one side is burning, because if you kind of just like don't worry about it a lot of times it'll work itself out.
mhm,
You know, and my thing is the experience. Like my thing is getting a good draw more than anything else. I want to light it evenly because I want to get a good draw. I mean, and if I'm getting a good draw and maybe it's not burning quite as evenly as I hope, but I'm getting a good draw, I generally just leave it alone. I don't worry about it too much.
I
But
got
and it all seems to kind of like work out in the end.
I gotta say, Deep, what you just said for me was so deep,
Mm.
because it was a cigar profound statement. When you said at the end, it's all gonna work out.
It's all going to work
And
out,
it kind of
and
really
it's
is.
all about your
Yeah.
experience. If we're sitting here to where we're sitting here now and we're enjoying this, that's what this is meant to do. And we're relaxing, we're enjoying it. That's what this is meant to do. Let the cigar do its work.
Oh,
You
absolutely.
know, let the cigar be the cigar. Let it do its thing, and just enjoy it and
All right.
enjoy it.
On that note, what we're gonna
Mm,
do is we're gonna continue to enjoy this cigar. Next
mm.
episode.
Before we go,
Yes.
could I get since we've been burning through a little bit, are you getting any more
Um.
anything else
Hmm.
going on? Because I'm starting to really, this is starting to really grow on me. This is starting
All
to
right.
really, I'm getting. I'll tell you what I'm getting, guys. I'm getting some corn, if you will, getting some corn. Uh, and I'm still getting the suede, and but I'm really enjoying the cigar. Like it's not for a guy who likes anything really robust, uh, but if you like a nice mild cigar, I definitely recommend the Rocky Patel White Label. Yeah, I definitely recommend this.
Well, on this one, I would say I'm still it's rich. I feel like a richness to it,
Mm.
almost kind of like a mild creaminess to it. If you know if that makes
Are you
sense.
getting anything that you wasn't getting when you first lit it up? Or is it
I think
any
I
more
get.
flavors coming through?
I'll be honest. I'm not getting it. um,
Okay.
but I do get the earthiness. It's a good cigar. But just like you said, I don't know if I over internally hyped it up.
Yeah, I
Um,
think you did because you've been talking about it for a
yeah.
while.
So and I will say before we close about that is I actually smoked this. Now that I think about it, once before, which we could probably talk about in the next episode. But there was a lot of noise going on, and when I mean noise is you kind of can't necessarily really, if you really want to taste a cigar, you want to enjoy it. If there's too much going on, it could interfere with your senses. Whether it's
Mm.
it could be at an I happen to be it was at a bar restaurant, so there was music going on.
Hmm.
There was a group of friends there, so we're talking, we're having some drinks, we're conversing. So I would say that I didn't give it a real opportunity
You
to
didn't give it
enjoy it.
the love that it
Yes, so
deserves,
that's what I'm
the
trying to do today.
attention.
Yeah, so now I'm giving it,
You didn't stroke and caress it, and
well, yeah, whatever cigar that
you
you're
didn't
describing right now. Yeah, yeah. Please let our viewers know. Everybody.
you didn't you neglected the
Yes,
cigar. You
yes, I
can't do
did.
that. You got to give it more of your attention, undivided
Yeah.
attention.
So
I'm
we're
just joking.
so as we continue to give our cigars undivided attention,
Right.
uh, shout outs to of course, Fellowship, Marshall Morgan, love you, man. Uh, and we have Vinny the Blade out with us.
Yes. Always a good time with Vinny the Blade.
Yes, Vinny the Blade.
Great guy.
Uh, good stuff. We hope to continue, and we'll see you on the next one.
Peace out, everybody.
Later.